So today we are going to see how to make your own board games. And the best part is you can make board games on anything. It could be on math, it could be on in English as a subject. It could be in science, it could be in environmental science, it could be in social studies, it could be in anything that you choose, and it is across grades, as I tell you. So now, for example, if you need to create something about the environmental science, you want children to understand the difference between a dry waste, a wet waste, and today we have something which is called as the hazardous waste. It has always been there, but today it is even more prominent because all of us are aware about the pandemic situation. So what is a dry waste, what is a wet waste, and what is it, a hazardous waste is something that you can educate the child. You can use some placards, you can use some chart papers, etc. Draw for the child and tell. So you could say a wet waste is something that goes like, for example, the banana peel is a wet waste. Anything that is related to the food that is being cooked at home, the vegetables that is being made by your mother or your father. So anything that is being separated and segregated, that is the wet waste. And why do we use the wet waste separately? Because we can use it as a compost. And that is again something which is very important to enable the children to understand what compost pit is and what needs to be done. So you have the vegetable waste, you have the fruit waste, you have the dry leaves which fall off, in the garden, etc. That could be the waste way. So teach them that. Then teach them what is a dry waste. For example, the cardboard box. So you order a lot of things online nowadays. So you get it in those lovely cardboard boxes, So you can say that, okay, that is a dry waste. You have plastic, which is again a dry waste. You have the plastic bottles where, we have water, the mineral water or the juices, the cans, etc. Why do we keep the dry waste separately? Because there are certain things which can be recycled. There are certain things which will take a long time to kind of degenerate. So it is very important for us to reuse, recycle. So you're enabling the children to think on these lines. So suppose you wanted to create a game for this, and maybe you could add a hazardous waste. As I was mentioning, you could have the needle syringes, the masks that we wear, and things that are used in the hospitals, those the bulbs, for example, the aerosol cans. So these are all hazardous waste. So you would segregate them separately. Suppose this is the topic that you want to teach your children as a parent or as an educator. So then what you do? So the moment you start teaching, children are not very happy about it. So they like to play games. So take a chart paper. You can ask the children to make this themselves because they will be playing it in their homes with their parents, siblings, friends, etc. And then you can ask them to create a board outline. Now the board outline could be as simple as, creating boxes here along the periphery. So you just have a start game, and then it goes on, and you can say a finish somewhere here in between. You could do that. Or you could do something which I have drawn here on the board, which could have multiple areas where it keeps moving around. So you have the option of going here, and you have the option of going at a place here where I can choose to go to the left or to the right depending on what I want. So this is not being completed, but this is just to show you that this is the start. All of them start here and go ahead, go inside the maze, and then they have to come to the finish line. The reason I put in here is just to show you that you can use any kind of the outline, or rather the pathway. Then what is it that you are choosing? For example, if you're choosing, say, something in math, say odd even numbers, for example, for the little ones. So what you will do is you will make different cards. You will make small little cards like this, and on this you will write numbers 1, 2, 3, etc. Whatever is the age appropriate numbers that the children know, right there. And place them in each one where you can actually see the number. So in each one of the squares, you will place them. So as many squares as they are, except the finished box that we have, you will be placing it. In between, you can create a theme also. It could be something like, a Halloween theme, or it could be something like a Harry Potter theme, or it could be something like a fairyland theme or a Candyland theme. So you could draw things in between where you don't need anything else. Like, for example, I have marked like a cloud here. You could have something like a Candyland, or you could have something like maybe a giant wheel, or a machine that has got some lovely sweets that is being made. And anything that you want, you can picturize and draw it. You can have the theme of zoo. Children love animals, so have the theme of zoo. So in each of the card you will have, for example, now we are talking about numbers, you will have numbers. You can have a die that you can make at home. So you can just take up a die, to cut out in the chart paper, and do not write all 6. Remember, a dice has got 6 sides. Do not write 1 to 6, because then the game will get over soon. You want children to understand what is odd number, what is even number. You want them to think about it. So we want them to give more time to think on those lines. So write numbers 1, 2 and 3 and repeat the numbers 1, 2 and 3. I've done this so that children get the understanding. Otherwise, if you feel that okay, yes, your board is big enough and you would like more numbers, you can write 1 to 6. Now you roll. Now all of us are at the start counter. So all of us have a different color counter or whatever you would have. So and then you will move ahead. For example, if I roll the number 2 and the number here when I move ahead is say a number 5. So it's the number 5 and I've been given the even card. Remember, I've been given, so you can make something like a cart like this, a bag wherein you can put all your coins here. So here it says even. Suppose I have landed on the number, let me say 8. So I think, is 8 an even number or an odd number? Oh, it's an even number. So it's my card. So I put it inside like this because I've written the number here as 8, for example. I put the card here. Let me just make sure that all of you understand. So I have the number 8. So I take the number 8 and say, oh yes, it's in my even card, and I put it inside. And I wait there so that the next person who is finished will start rolling the die. He or she will collect another card in which you can make your own cards, so that other person has got the odd card. So if he lands on a number, let us say for example 15. So the person thinks, is this an odd number? Oh yes, it is, and then takes it. But suppose it is not 15, it is say 16. He will say, oh no, this is not an odd number, and the card remains in the place and he moves ahead in the next turn after he rolls the die or she rolls the die. I hope you have all understood. So the thing is, you can use these cards which are there for writing your numbers if you're playing the number game. You can do this for multiples, you can do this for factors, for the higher grades. So suppose you say you want to find out your numbers are 15, 18 and 26, and you land up on a number which is say 3, and say, is 3 a factor of 15 or 86 or 18 or 36? Yes, it seems to be a factor of all 3. Yes, let me put it in my card. It could be either a factor of all the numbers or it could be a factor just of one of those numbers. So you can do it for multiples. For example, I have the number 4. So I land on, your cards must be based accordingly. So you should create your cards that way. So if I have the number 4 and I land on a number, let's say 32. And I think, is 32 a multiple of 4? Yes, 4 into 8 is 32, or 8 into 4 is 32. So I pick up the card 32 and put it in that because I have the multiples of 4 there. Suppose I land on a number, let's say 42, and then I think 42, is it a multiple of 4? Oh no, it's not a multiple of 4. So I wait for my next turn to move ahead to collect my next card. So the final one where we finish, we all land up at the finished place and we check how many cards we have got, and that person is the winner. So that could be something for numbers. It could also be something for rhyming words. You can say your rhyming word is bag, and you will pick up all the rhyming words along the way. And or you could say synonyms. So you could pick up synonyms all along the way. For example, it's just say beautiful. So you can pick up synonyms along the way, say pretty, and pick up and then put it in that. So you can choose your game accordingly, teachers and parents. And similarly, as I was telling you about the wet waste and the dry waste, so you could have something like, the leaf which is drawn here. You could have something which is like, for example, a battery that we have here, or a bulb or a syringe, and then say, okay, yes, 3 of us are playing. One will have the wet waste, one will have the hazardous waste, and one will have the dry waste, for example. So the wet waste, the hazardous and the dry waste. And then you can pick up the cards along way. So this is something like a trolley. Instead of the counter, you have the trolley. So suppose I land on something and I have the wet waste, and I land on a place where it is a battery. Is battery a wet waste? Let me think about it. No, maybe not. But maybe when I land next time, let me say on leaf. And then say, leaf is wet waste because I can use it as a compost. So I put it into my trolley here. So your game could be on math, your game could be on English, it could be on environmental science, it could be on social studies. So make sure that you play games, make your different boards. Do not, try and be a little more creative. Create lovely boards which is colorful, have a lot of color in it, sketch pens, crayons. Take up some stickers and put it on that and make it as interesting as possible. So not only will you learn the concept well, but you also have a board game that you can play with your friends when they come over to your home next time.